Ladies, I know some of y'all just can't wrap your mind around that feminism is the reason for your burnout. Listen.
Selling your body for money is not going to help you in 2026.
I've been unemployed for so long that I'm really not excited to go back to another corporate position at this point.
From this point forward in 2026, men should only be dating with women that have lots of money.
However, when they're employing men, they see men as the providers. They see men as people who are gonna need to build up money so that they can provide for a family. So this mentality is hurting women so bad because
Why do some people believe single men are handling today's economy better than ever? As living costs rise and more adults remain single, many are reconsidering the financial side of modern relationships. Some argue that staying single offers greater financial freedom, while others see it as a response to changing economic conditions. Today's video explores this perspective and the debate surrounding it.
Ladies, I know some of y'all just can't wrap your mind around that feminism is the reason for your burnout. Listen up. Yeah, I know. 30 years ago, a family of 4 or 5 could live off of one income comfortably. So let's backtrack. Feminism told women you need independence. You need a career. You need to prove yourself outside of your home. So think about it. Labor supply doubled. Wages kind of stagnated. Meanwhile, the cost of living just shot up. So employers didn't have to pay a single man because it was so common for both people to work now because of feminism. And then everything inflated because society got used to people having 2 incomes. Then women told other women that it was oppressive to be a stay-at-home full-time mother and that you needed to go climb the corporate ladder, you baddie boss babe. So ladies, we fed into the lie. Not only do we have the mother duties and the home duties, we now have a 40-hour work week on top of that. So realistically, what happens from this? You end up being exhausted, stressed, burned out, anxious, depressed. What do some people resort to? Medication. And what happens? The cycle just keeps continuing. And then marriages fail. The family crumbles. So walking away from God's design, this is what we've got.
The economy has never been shaped by popular narratives. It ultimately responds to productivity, discipline, and financial reality. For years, many people had enough financial cushion to overlook those pressures, but rising costs are making the numbers harder to ignore.
It is to be a woman in today's day and age. Start with my tier 1 of products that I use every single morning, but this totals to about $650 in product. Next is my nighttime routine. These products total about $610. So products alone, I'm gonna say are around $200 to $300. And then there's the actual tools. This blow dryer alone costs $300. I just point out that I did get that on sale, but still. So if we're talking the total of the tools, that's probably another $500 to $600 right there. Of course, it's important to keep in mind that lots of these are one-time purchases. And most of the products last between 3 to 4 months, but these are still things that we have to pay for that you don't. It's hard for me to total all that up, but ballpark, and this is me being on the conservative end of things, I'd say it's about $1,000 worth of product. There's a lot of pressure to be hairless, tan, poreless, beautiful people. And you know who put those beauty standards in place? Men. You know who owns lots of those beauty companies and fashion companies and famous lingerie brands? Men. So if you're gonna tell me what I should wear and how I should look, the least you can do is buy me a drink.
my hot take is that companies don't take women's salary requests seriously because they have this underlying assumption that that woman will go get married and her income won't matter. Like subconsciously in their head, I really do feel like they're like, well, this is like fun money. She's late 20s. Surely it doesn't really matter that much. What does she have to do? Build wealth? Save money? There's no need. She'll get married and then she'll have a baby with whoever she's getting married with. However, when they're employing men, they see men as the providers. They see men as people who are like gonna need to build up money so that they can provide for a family. So this mentality is hurting women so bad because not all of us want a family. Not all of us want to get married. And even if we do, we still deserve to build up wealth. We deserve to have our income not just be seen as fun money. Like I've fully had past employers be like, oh, like, what do you need that money for? What? What do you mean? Or they almost treat the women as greedy for wanting more money. Or women are expected to just like want to work for the cause of the company rather than working to work. And they really look down on a woman that is money motivated. So they're gonna hate me, bitch. And I want to make a lot of money because I don't want to need anyone ever. And I provide for my family, my cat, and probably my elders, because let's be real, who else is going to do it?
When lifestyle expectations rise faster than income, The gap eventually becomes impossible to ignore. Financial reality has a way of forcing people to reassess spending, priorities, and expectations. The adjustment may feel difficult, but in the end, it's simply the numbers catching up.
College, I dated a very traditional Christian man who asked me at one point, how do you feel about after you graduated, we just immediately got married and you were a stay-at-home wife and you didn't have to work? I was honestly offended by that question because I was so passionate about this thing that I was getting a degree in that I was just so eager to enter the workforce and do this thing that I loved and get money for it. Fast forward to today, I've graduated, we broke up, I'm now working in the profession of the thing that I got a degree in, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done and
Selling your body for money is not going to help you in 2026. No good man, they say that fine girl, but she is a prostitute. It's not good now. It doesn't make sense. That prostitution you are doing will not help you. Selling your body for money, it will not help you. To be sincere, go and get a job, or you go and learn a skill. Person don't go find you work. Tell you say that 60,000 that they pay. You don't calculate and chon. Money will go get in 1 week by selling your body. There is so many disadvantages. You can contact STD, gonorrhea, so many infections. Sleeping with different men has so many disadvantages. Learn a trade. Find gear. Look for something and do. The one where they pay me pass. Some of you go and get pregnant. It's dignity in labor. I know what I'm telling you. Don't worry, God is going to help me and you.
Financial independence is difficult to claim when someone else is covering a significant part of the expenses. If that support disappears, the difference between financial self-sufficiency and dependence becomes much clearer. Ultimately, independence is measured by what someone can sustain on their own.
Why is it that I have to work 40 hours a week just so I can have a place to live? 40 hours a week makes me $2,000 a month, and my rent is $1,660. So I work 40 hours a week so I can have a 2-bedroom apartment and an extra $300 a month. Like, it doesn't cover my phone, internet, food, So not only do I not have any extra money, but just working makes me so exhausted that I don't have time either. Like, I get off work at 5:30, come home, and I'm just so tired.
From this point forward in 2026, men should only be dating with women that have lots of money. If a woman has a nice vehicle and a good job and lots of money, that's the only woman you date. Other than that, no more brokies. All the women are cut off from 2026 on. No more brokies.
Accountability often becomes unavoidable when outside support disappears. Responsibilities that were once handled by someone else eventually come back to the individual, along with the reality of managing them independently. Sometimes adulthood simply means finally taking ownership of what you've been avoiding.
Income, no kids. How y'all doing? Sinks. And that's perfect, because that's what I feel like I'm doing right now, is sinking in this economy. I cannot buy a house. I don't know that I'll ever be able to buy a house. I barely make it. I gave myself $150 to make my house festive for Christmas. And now I'm eating ramen noodles.
The single tax is so real. Like, I'm genuinely, I would move my parents into my house right now if my parents, lived close to me. They're renting, and it would just, make my life so much easier. To have somebody to split these bills with. Everything is so expensive. I'm like just genuinely like fighting for my life.
I'll be fighting for my life financially, and then all of my toiletries run out at the same time, like some kind of coordinated attack. Yeah, it's never one thing. It's never just toothpaste. It's never just deodorant. No, it's everything deciding to expire together, like they had a secret meeting under my sink. My shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, lotion, razor blades, all tapping out at once, like, all right, everyone, on 3. And suddenly I'm at the store spending $87 just to maintain basic hygiene. Not luxury hygiene. Not spa day hygiene. Just, don't smell weird in public hygiene. It feels personal. Like the universe said, oh, you're broke? Let's make you broker. I'll be budgeting. Like, I can survive off of oatmeal and vibes this week. And then my deodorant is like, actually, no, you can't. Toiletries are sneaky too. They never warn you. They're full for weeks. And then one pump and you're like, oh, okay, I have nothing. Then you go buy everything and your bank account looks at you like, wow, you chose cleanliness over survival? Honestly, at this point, it doesn't feel like random timing anymore. It feels like sabotage, a coordinated strike.
The market doesn't operate on ideology. It rewards skills, demand, and demonstrated value while largely ignoring everything else. The rules haven't necessarily changed. Rising costs and competition simply make those realities harder to overlook. Ultimately, genuine independence means being able to sustain your choices without relying on another person to carry the burden.
And materialism and consumerism. So if you ask them what is the price of Louis Vuitton Neverfull, they'll know the price. But you'll ask them what's the price of Costco stock right now, they will not know the answer. Like what's the most trending brands, they'll know how to do the smoky eye or whatever the heck is trending. They'll know how much a naked palette costs. But then you ask them, okay, so what's their certificate of deposit? Like, what's the difference between potentially buying an ETF like this one or that one? What's a Vanguard fund? And you'll notice that a lot of times people don't know the answer to those things. Like, what's the benefit of a Roth IRA versus a regular traditional IRA? What you talk about anything like that, they don't really know. Right? What is the importance of compound interest? They don't really know the answer to that. And this is why I think there is a huge wealth disparity, frankly, between women and men. It's not that we are intellectually not capable. It's just that we have been maneuvered by a lot of brands and businesses that has realized, oh, it's really easy to poach this person. Take their energy and have them, instead of focusing on, what is the best index fund they can invest in, why don't we try to sell them this really expensive makeup palette? Why don't we try to sell them this really expensive purse, for instance? Why don't we try to make them aspire to have a Birkin bag instead of building a business, building a cash flow business? That's the saddest thing about what I see in today's culture that's stopping women from reaching financial freedom, financial success. So if you follow me, my channel is not going to be about that. I'm not going to be talking about, how much time you should be spending on your makeup or how to apply foundation. I'm going to be talking about how do you get rich? How do you get rich quick, bitch? That's what I'm going to be talking about.
Financial reality doesn't always match the expectations people build around modern independence and relationships. This video explores why some believe single men may have greater control over their income and fewer financial obligations in today's economy. That doesn't mean every single man is thriving or that relationships automatically create financial hardship. Instead, it raises a broader question about whether rising costs are changing how people view independence, commitment, and long-term relationships. Thanks for watching Toe Voice. Like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments.